What's going on, people? It's the Healthy Penguins here, back at it again with another video. And in this video we're gonna tell you 9 amazing facts about cheese. Because let's be honest, who doesn't love cheese? Make sure to stick around till the end, because at the end of this video we'll also include 3 bonus facts. Surely you thought you knew everything there is to know about cheese, but this video is gonna prove you wrong 100%. So without further ado, let's get into the first fact. Fact number 1. The first ever cheese was created on accident. Scientists found the first traces of cheese dating back nearly 3,500 years ago in Egyptian tombs. However, the cheese back then was nothing like the tasty piece of art we now know as cheese. It was most likely quite sour and salty, resembling cottage cheese or feta. However, there have also been statements of cheese dating back even farther to over 4,000 years ago. According to these statements, the cheese would have originated from milk being stored in a container that was lined with an animal's stomach. However, there appears to be little evidence or substance to this claim. Fact number 2. To make 1 pound of cheese, you'd need over 10 pounds of milk. The yield of cheese from milk is highly dependent on the amount of butterfat in the milk. Hence, sheep milk, for example, will yield much more cheese than goat or cow milk, since it contains significantly more butterfat. The yield is also dependent on whether you want hard cheese or soft cheese. Soft cheese only requires roughly half the amount of milk. If it wasn't for this large amount of milk required to make cheese, a lot of milk would go to waste. Fact number 3. Over 25% of the cheese in the US is made in Wisconsin. Yep, there's a reason why they call them cheeseheads. Wisconsin produces not only 25% of the total national production of cheese, it also produces more than half of the nation's artisan cheese. The state wins over half the prizes at the US Championship Cheese Contest each year. So if you're from Wisconsin, now you've got something you can brag about. Fact number 4. Denmark is the largest consumer of cheese. In Denmark, the average person consumes around 28.1 kilograms of cheese every year. Following closely at 27.7 kilograms per person per year is Iceland, and in third place is Finland, where people consume roughly 27.3 kilograms every year. Now, one similarity between these countries you might notice is that they all have pretty cold climate. There's no real evidence as to why this is the case. Fact number 5. The United States of America are the biggest producer of cheese. From consumers logically follow producers, and world's largest producer of cheese are the United States of America, producing an immense 5,584,857 tons per year. Just let that number sink in for a minute. The US is also on top of this list by quite the difference, because in second place comes Germany, with a mere 2.7 million tons of cheese per year. That's not even half the annual production of the US. The annual global production is a mind-blowing 22.6 million tons. So the US produces roughly 11% of the total global annual cheese production. Fact number 6. Cheese can be a healthy source of calcium. Calcium is an essential mineral for our bodies and can be abundantly present in cheese. Calcium is used to build and maintain our bone structure. Sufficient calcium intake is necessary for healthy bones. There's also been studies that suggested that calcium, along with vitamin D, may have benefits beyond bone health. It would help protect you against cancer, diabetes, and high blood pressure. However, as of now, these theories have not been confirmed. The average Gouda cheese contains approximately 700 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams. This is 70% of the recommended daily intake for men up to 70 years old. Men of 71 years old and older are recommended to take in 1200 milligrams daily. For women, this age threshold is at 51 years. So women under 51 years old are recommended to take in 1000 milligrams per day, and women over 50 years old are recommended to take in 1200 milligrams a day. Fact number 7. Some types of cheese are made using malt. Blue mold cheeses, like Roquefort for example, have been around since the 7th century. These kinds of blue cheese are iconic because they are made with strains of mold, usually Penicillium roqueforti. This mold culture is added to the cheese milk. The mold requires oxygen, hence the cheese is pierced with needles or skewers, so oxygen can reach the deeper layers of the cheese. This is also what gives the cheese its blue color, since the mold matures inside the air tunnels. The maturing process can take between 3 and 6 months, depending on which kind of cheese. Funnily enough, blue cheese ripens from the inside out. Fact number 8. Back in the day, large Roman houses had a separate cheese kitchen. During the reign of the Roman Empire, large Roman houses had a separate kitchen for the production of cheese. These kitchens were called carae. The Romans were skilled artisans, and Roman culture developed many varieties of cheese that closely resemble current day's varieties. Moreover, the Romans are assumed to be the first to age cheese and store their cheese. They were also assumed to be aware of the effects of various ripening or maturing techniques on the taste and character of a particular cheese. Finally, there is a good chance that the Romans introduced the art of cheese making in France and England, where it flourished. This is also reflected by the huge annual cheese production by France nowadays. Fact number 9. There are roughly 1800 different types of cheese. This enormous variety largely originates from 6 of the cheese's properties. First off, cheeses can differ in the milk on which they are based. For example, cow milk, goat milk, sheep milk, or buffalo milk. And you can even combine these types of milk, which would result in yet other types of cheese. Then there's the country or region from which the cheese originates. The age, which indicates how long the cheese has matured, ranging from months up to years. Texture is another property in which cheese vary from soft to hard. Generally, longer aged cheeses are harder. Then there's the flavor of the cheese, being either mild or extra sharp, or anything in between. And finally, they of course differ in the way of preparation. There are so immensely many ways of preparing cheese that this would be worthy of a video on its own. But 2 examples would be mold ripening and stretching. And now, let's take a look at our favorite 3 bonus facts about cheese. Did you know cheddar cheese is never naturally orange? Or that cheese is the most stolen food item in the world? And Stilton blue cheese is known to frequently cause weird and vivid dreams. That's it for our 9 most interesting cheese facts, people. Hope you learned something new about cheese in this video. We are convinced that you did not know all of these things about cheese before watching this video. And if you did, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't be that guy saying you don't like cheese. Because as we discussed, there's 1800 different varieties of cheese. So for sure, you'll like at least one of them. We from the Healthy Penguins love cheese. Personally, I like blue cheeses the best. It just has this iconic salty taste. Hopefully, all your cheesy questions have been answered. And if not, let us know down in the comments and we'll try to answer any questions you have. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the way out. On that note, this is the end of the video. Hope to see you soon. Healthy Penguins signing out.